What if your biggest challenge in fitness isn't your body, but it's your mind? I know we talk a lot about this on the podcast, but using things like meditation, visualization, those aren't just trendy practices. I know sometimes they get hyped up a bit, but there's a reason for it. These are key tools that can really change how you approach your fitness goals should you choose to tap into them. Now, mastering your thoughts, you build discipline, and really it helps you focus and push through those obstacles to stick to your routine. I know we've probably told ourselves, well, all I need to do is just show up and commit and just do it. But usually something gets in the way and we blame the things going on around us, which is really, we should turn and say and look at the things going on within us. And basically that's the mindset stuff. So when you can stick to things, no matter how chaotic life gets, you start to chip away at those old limiting beliefs, and you start to empower yourself. And using things, I've got a whole toolbox worth of things that are really, really effective and helpful. But just to talk about today's stuff with meditation, which I'm not an expert at by any means. I just use it and do my best at it. And visualization, you can relate to those things just even from the mindset of like an athlete, before a big game. Let's take the Olympics, for example, and just seeing yourself in the zone and really being there, lifting the, victory sign up there and getting the gold medal, right? So before we jump into all this victory speeches and meditation and visualization stuff, make sure when you're ready, head over to talktoperry.com. I'll drop that down in the lower third, should be on the video version here. If you're listening to the podcast on audio, hey, welcome to you. My calendar is wide open for podcast listeners, podcast viewers, to get your energy up and really get you going so you can reach your goals faster and stay on track, because so many of us, we go about our lives like we are like a 6-year-old smartphone with 2% battery life and no charger in sight. Can you relate to that? Yeah, many of us can. Talktoperry.com is where that's at. So the one thing, here's the thing. Fitness is more than workouts and diets, although that usually are the top two things, right? But it's managing what's happening in your head. And meditation, sometimes, people are really incredible at meditation. I almost said manifestation. People are good at that too. But meditation, it helps clear the mental clutter. You think about the things that we go about day to day, and you start to all of a sudden your to-do list is in there, and the worries, the fears, the doubts, and our brain's constantly scanning for evidence around to justify those things. But when you can just get into a meditative state, just calming the mind, you can stay grounded. You can make intentional choices each day. Now, this does take some practice, but it doesn't have to be long. And there's some apps out there that can really help you hone in on that and really make the most of it. Even 5 minutes a day, you can lower your stress and really focus on what matters most. But if you get into that little pattern like I did a few years back, where I'm wanting to meditate, but I'm always putting it off because I've got a big to-do list, just like people put off their exercise because they're like, what's the thing? The things that we need the most are the things that get buried and put off and not prioritized enough. And when we can bring those things in, like exercise, meditation, visualization, eating right, and fueling our body, all the other things that demand our attention become more productively addressed, or they're more in ease and flow that way. So visualization, that just takes it a step further, at least in my opinion. When you're visualizing yourself sticking to a routine, you're confidently getting through a tough workout, you're mentally rehearsing success, you're mentally rehearsing not only the end result that you're looking to do, but what it enables your life to be like, and where you're taking things in your life and what you're wanting to achieve. and be and do. It's more when you're using those things and you really get into that feeling, it makes you more likely to follow through when the moment comes. There's science out there where athletes, they visualize their performance, not to just improve themselves mentally, but it helps transition, because what's going on in the mind transitions into the body and can make the performance even more outstanding. So let's break this down into simple steps here. Start with breath work. Breath work is such an incredible, underutilized thing that we all can easily do. But if you just take 5 minutes to sit quietly, close your eyes, focus on deep, steady breathing. And there's a couple ways to do it, but the simplest way is what they call box breathing. Breathing in, inhaling for a count of 4, hold for a count of 4, exhale for a count of 4, hold for a count of 4, and just cycle through that a few times. That sort of thing can reset your nervous system and really prepare you to take on the day. I mean, just if anything, when we get done with the day, I know I talked about meditation and visualization, but if you can do some breath work, oh my gosh, it was worth tuning in. Visualization. Now, just visualize your day before you get out of bed. Just a couple minutes. It doesn't have to be super long, but mentally walk through your fitness routine. Picture yourself lacing up your shoes, starting your workout, feeling proud after you're done, those sort of things. Get that visualization going. Even using many meditations throughout the day, getting, what was the name of that app? Calm is one of the apps. Headspace. There's ones you can find on YouTube as well. Just to breathe. Focus, just take a 30-second pause, remind yourself of your goals. And those moments can really help you stay on track no matter how hectic your schedule can get. And even starting the day and ending the day, so the perfect bookends, with gratitude, reflecting on what went well, acknowledging the small wins. A lot of times we don't even acknowledge ourselves. That builds momentum for getting into the next day. And when you can start your day that way, you kickstart it off that way as well. As I've been going through my journey and using these things, one, things seem to click a lot more, and there's a lot less worry, doubt, stress. And those things still happen, but you feel a little bit more empowered and in control to overcome them. Instead of looking at it as like this insurmountable task, you start to look at, well, I don't need to necessarily know how to accomplish my big task. I just need to know what to do next. Get to the next base camp, and then the next base camp, and level up that way. And when you're using visualization, where you've got that big goal, you're not sure how you're going to get there, but you can visualize yourself there, and you can visualize what's next. And then use meditation to really calm the mind. Sometimes those the answers that you're looking for appear seemingly out of nowhere, and you're like, wow, there's the next step, or that's the next thing I'm going to do, or maybe it's just some sort of boost in confidence to have you showing up. It's just amazing. A very, very big boost of energy. Speaking of energy, let's hop on a call together over at talktoperry.com. And I'll help you identify what's holding you back and show you how to build a mental strategy that really works for your lifestyle. I mean, tell me what your goal is, and I will tell you how to get it. That's over at talktoperry.com. Fitness is not just about moving your body. That's part of it, right? Our bodies were meant to move, but it's about mastering your mind. And when you can combine that, you will be unstoppable. And meditation, visualization, they aren't just extras. They help you with core strategies to keep you consistent. Training your thoughts. When the thoughts happen, your actions will typically follow. And when your mind and your body are working together, when they're aligned, you unlock your full potential. So just know you have the power to choose to take control and really level up level your power here, or you can let the excuses, justifications, limitations all the stuff, that's going on, circumstances around you, comparison, you can let that control you and drain your power. It really boils down to deciding and committing to yourself and your goals and choosing to figure out new ways, looking at possibilities, learning and growing, and keep moving forward. You've got this, my friend. I'd love to hear your top takeaway from today. You can drop those down in the comments. I look down as if the comments are right there below me, but they are. If they scroll down on the page, like how I did that. Just drop those down in the comments. I promise that I will reply you. Absolutely rock, my friend. And as always, remember, it's never too late. We'll see you next week. That's another Power Blast podcast in the books. Thanks so much for tuning in. And remember, when you are ready to recharge your battery, make sure you go to talktoperry.com. That's talktoperry.com. That's Perry. And I want to listen. I want to hear, what's going on. I want to help you in that 15-minute call to recharge your battery and reclaim your power so that you're off and running and creating massive momentum toward your dream. Also, every day, I am delivering more motivation, support, tips, and strategies inside my free community with amazing people like yourself. And we are conquering the mindset and the fitness. I do 52 weeks of free training in there. Plus, I coach and I mentor people, as well as give you access to tons of resources and guides. It's called my Upside Down Fitness Community because we work on a lot of mindset stuff, the inside stuff. And we're a fun group of people striving to make healthier habits in this awesome chapter of life. So make sure you get in there. I promise you'll absolutely love it. Just head over to upsidedownfit.com and you can get into the group. And hey, you would be an awesome friend if you get over to iTunes or wherever you listen to your podcast and leave an honest rating and review for the Power Blast podcast. It helps awesome people like you find the show even faster, and that's who I'm looking for, awesome people like you. That's all I have for this week, my friend, and just to let you know, you absolutely rock. That's all I have for this week. I'll see you on the next Power Blast podcast, and always remember, it's never too late. We'll see you next week.